This is what took Moses and the Israelites 40 years to travel. Just look at, watch. You see the distance?
Hey,
613 kilometers. This is what took them 40 whole years to travel. You see? How are you
baby,
going to explain this to your children, to your unborn children,
believers.
that it took Moses and the Israelites 40 whole years to travel from here to here? Check, see the map. Is it possible?
Hey,
And you want the child not to ask you question? Huh? So you want to produce a generation that will not be asking question, that will be believing the way you are believing. You just read it in the book and you believe without reasoning, without thinking with your right senses. You accepted it, something that you know that is not possible. Even if something is blocking them, or maybe some are pregnant and they give birth
hey,
and this that. Even though what could hold them to keep them that long? Is it possible? Just look at. See what is holding a whole Moses and the Israelites for complete 40 years. This is miracle. It's miraculous. Hi, believers. Unatumumu.
you know, this book called Bible, the stories inside this book, the more you think about it, the less it makes sense. Are you aware that Egypt and Israel, they are sharing borders? Are you aware? See Egypt, see Israel. But this book is telling us that it took these people 40 good years to travel from year to year. And you believe it? My dear baby believers, stop believing. Start thinking. The more you think about them, the less it makes sense to you. Just try this. We can't continue to raising generation that are not able to ask reasonable questions. We can't continue to raise generation that will always believe on stories. Touch story. Akikifo. You know that story that our parents then used to tell us then. They are the same thing with these stories inside this book. It does not make sense, and you know that this story does not make sense. Even if Nakuru, these people, it will not take them this longer to reach the other way. But this book is telling us otherwise, and you believe it. Some of you don't even know any African history. Your history you don't know, but you know everything inside this story. And the worst part, you don't want anyone to ask you question about it. You just believe because it came from white people. You believe. My dear, start thinking. The more you think, the lesser it makes sense to you. In a class, when a teacher teaches you something, you normally ask questions, right? Those people who don't ask questions are illiterate. We refer them as illiterate. They don't know how to ask questions. They don't know that thing and they don't know how to ask questions. So, if you want to learn something, you have to ask questions. One thing about you people, you don't ask your pastor questions. Does this story make sense? Just tell us how. Baby, believers, do you know that when you believe something, you don't actually know that thing? Believing and knowing, they are not the same. When you believe on something, it might be true, it might be false. But when you know something, you are convinced that this thing is that thing, you think that it is. But when you are saying believe, you are doubting at the same time, you agree. I beg, John, stop believing. start thinking, and you will see the difference. Stop attacking us. Don't attack me. Oh. Go straight to this your storybook. Attack them. Those who that wrote this stories, attack them. Ask them questions. Don't come for me. Now, waiting that book wrote is what we are talking about. Don't come for me. Okay.